What is up, guys? It is Mitchell or Didi, and this is going to be part 4 of the step-by-step Raid Shadow Legends new player guide. So, we're getting to a point where you guys are going to be running out of energy and kind of on your own. I'm going to give you a checklist of things to do in this episode. We're also going to talk about how to 6-star characters. That's the main goal, is to get our Kale 6-star and finish a couple little missions along the way. But the first thing we're going to do, since it's a new day, we're going to go in and enter a new promo code. Again, promo codes are going to be down in the description. If these promo codes aren't all active, let me know. I will go in, change all of them. But the best video to refer to is part 2 of the guide. That's the one I will keep up with the best. But changing the codes on each different description is going to take me some time. So always refer to the second one, or you can join the Discord. The Discord link will be down in the description with the download link. If you guys have not downloaded with my link and are playing through, that's perfectly fine. But if you maybe found this video as your first episode of the guide series, you could make a new account potentially, or try to salvage your current account. Either one is fine. But going in, the next promo code we're going to enter is 1MGift. So 1MGift is going to give us some chickens, some skill tomes, and just some extra rewards. And the promo codes from here are going to start not giving as much stuff, and that's fine. We use the bigger promo codes to start, and there will be new promo codes that come out. You'll have enough promo codes for around 7 to 10 days, depending on when you start. So now, what I left you guys off on last episode was going to be the mission to ascend a champion to level 5 of Ascension. If you guys started with Wukong or another character that is the green affinity or spirit, farming for that is going to be hard. So I'm going to show you one thing you can do real quick that's going to be easier, and anybody can do this. Even if you haven't started farming for your 5-star Ascension, the problem is we 5-star killed early, and that's my bad, but we need to do this stuff anyway, so we're all going to end up at the same spot versus if we would have did this earlier. But I went ahead and did Tuhanarak. I'm going to finish that up whenever we get here. But one of the things you can do is promote your Tagoar. So with promoting Tagoar, you can come in. We've been working on our, if you followed last episode of the guide, I keep my 4-star fodder in my Master Vault or Reserve Vault, whichever one. But I put them in the vault once I get them 4-star. So once you get them, you can take them out, and then you can come in and promote your Tagoar. So I have 1 chicken and I have those 2. That would mean I need to get 1 more fodder ready. So I can go through of the characters I've been leveling up. There are some that I can upgrade the rank. So if I just go to insta rank up, I can rank that one up. And then we can go to the 2 to 3-star. I do not have any 2-star fodder. So if you look down here, I do not have enough 2-star fodder to promote any of these 2-stars, but I can go out, I can do a summon of the mystery shards, and then this will give me a little bit of what I need. We can go farm and level up some 1-stars. So there's 3 right there that'll let me promote a couple. But you can just follow the same routine that we were doing in last episode, and I'm going to go ahead and upgrade rank. I'm going to upgrade 2 of these now up to the next version, and so 2-star, 2 3-stars. So now if you see all the rest are leveled up, I do not want to use those as fodder. I'd rather promote and level up some 1-stars or summon more 2-stars to promote these guys, because once you leveled them up, that means you have some investment into them, so you don't want to waste that EXP investment. So now I'm going to level this one up. One thing you can do for the last one, if you are, say, running out of your stamina or don't really want to go in and farm anymore at the current moment, you want to just get your Tagoar up and ready at 5-star, you can go into one of your characters that is 3-star. You can go to upgrade level, and you can put potions into him. So I can just max him out. This isn't the most efficient thing in the world, but you're going to end up doing this as you progress your account anyway. And once you get further along, you're just going to do this during tournaments to get the max value as fast as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and upgrade him with the brews, and I'm going to upgrade the rank. And again, if you have multiple characters of the same type, you can 3-star at least, you can feed them. In terms of 4-stars and 5-stars, if you have duplicates, you want to set those for your faction wars early on, which we'll go over that in the future. But I can just go ahead and take him, upgrade him up to 4-star, and it's going to tell me I'm getting rid of some of my rare champions. That's fine. And now I have the 1 chicken, the 2, and the 3 different 4-stars if I go get those ones out of my Master Vault. So I could promote my Tagoar. Once you promote your Tagoar, if you look at the Ascension for Tagoar to get them up to 5-star Ascension, it is considerably less than trying to do a 5-star. And I suggest doing this if you started with Wukong or have some other Spirit Affinity 5-star that you started with, because green is obnoxiously annoying to farm. You have to go build a specific extra character. If you do want to follow that route and try to farm the Spirit Affinity to boost up that, you can go in, and the character that we got here, Rocktooth, he actually has a block heal. You will need to boost him up and put gear on him. As long as you do that, you should be able to be a higher tier of the Spirit Affinity, but it is still the hardest and most annoying one to do. So I'm just trying to give you guys options. But Tagoar, even if you did start with Tuhanarak, you can go for the Tagoar route. It will be a bit faster. But again, we could have just did Kale 5-star Ascension. That's on me. But either way, we're in a good spot now that we have our Tuhanarak boosted up. She's a completely different character. I'm going to go over that in a second for those of you guys that did start with Tuhanarak. But for the Ascension, one thing I want to remind you guys of is you can combine your potions. So when you're farming, if you need more of the highest tier potions, for every 10 of these you have, you can mix them. So for this, I can mix that over, but for this, I do have to mix this. It does cost quite a bit of silver to mix them, but you're going to need to do it anyway. So I'm going to go ahead, mix these two over, and now I can 5-star ascend my Tuhanarak, so I can continue on with the missions. So coming in here, I'm going to go ahead and grab all these rewards we just got. We just got 3 3-star chickens from today's promo code as well. So you can use those, and we could use those to boost up our 3-star to 4-star. That'll help you get your Tagoar if you're doing that route. Otherwise, it's going to help us get up to where we can 6-star our Kale, because that is our ultimate goal as of right now. So I am out of stamina, so I'm going to go ahead and grab this, and we're going to go over to our missions and grab this. So I did get another summon, and now I'm just going to start following along this list of missions again. So I'm just going to keep going through, doing whatever each of these says. You're going to run out of stamina. Each person is going to have, you have a couple places. I'll show you where to get stamina in case you're out. And I'm going to go ahead and give you a list of everything you want to work on. And then it's going to potentially take you a couple of days of going through, spending your stamina you get each day. Again, remember at the end of each day to go enter a promo code, but you can come over to the Call of the Arbiter series and you can grab all of the energy from here. So I've already clicked the button I needed to for that one. This one I just click copy. You can grab the energy as you need it while you're farming. As long as you're under stamina cap, you will regenerate stamina over time. Next up, you have your daily quest. You can come in here, do 5 fights to get stamina, and you can get stamina from here. And then once we reach level 35, you will be able to get stamina from the advanced quests. Some of them. As a new player, you won't be able to finish all the advanced quests, so that's fine. And then here's a couple other places you can go. If you haven't gotten your plarium points program, there's 250 stamina sitting in here you could go grab. And then lastly, there is the Faction Wars stamina. I do want to talk about Faction Wars again. Make sure you're doing Faction Wars. I actually forgot. But doing your Faction Wars each day of your Kale at the beginning for the first 5 days, very important to try to get a little bit of extra gear. Otherwise, whenever you have one of these pop up, you can go in and see if you have a character built for them, but this is something we will work on over time, is getting some Faction War characters built up. So you see, I don't even have a single Shadowkin faction character. This is a long-term progression content, but you end up getting a crazy legendary character out of it. Lydia, she's very, very good. She has just her whole kit's good. I won't go into her too much today. We'll go over her when we are going to get her, but I'm going to go ahead and grab that out of there now. So we're going to go in. I just forgot where it was. Faction Wars. I'm going to grab this 75, 50 energy. Still something. And then lastly, one thing that we are going to cover today is going to be the clan boss. Not clan boss, sorry. Your clan quests. So whenever you join a clan, you're going to have a list of quests you can take. When you're in a more active clan, you have to fight for these quests. But taking these quests, you can earn clan gold. With the clan gold, you can, on some weeks, buy extra energy. This week, we're going to only be buying silver, but other weeks, there will be energy in here. You want to try to take whichever of these clan quests you can do. The elite ones are going to be the hardest, but as you see, you get a lot here. But for the first week, we're just going to be looking at potentially expert. So this is one, you get 2 million silver from selling artifacts. I'm going to take that. That's super easy. And you're just going to go through and try to figure out which ones you could potentially do. The selling silver for artifacts is the easiest. I'm going to see if there is a big one here for selling artifacts. I don't think there is anymore. I think there used to be. Oh no, earn a total of 5 million silver from selling artifacts. I don't think I'll be able to achieve that one. I'm going to take it, but I don't see it happening. And then the last one, any of these are going to be easy. Fully upgrade a rare champion skill. You can grab that. We could have grabbed that before we finished Kale, but there could be a rare character. We have plenty of rare books right now. Get 10 rare champions. If you're going to be doing some summons, you can grab one of these. That's getting champions. Multi battles. This one's a super easy one to do at the beginning. And then going down, all the rest are, this one's 500,000 from selling. I'm just going to take that. So now, one thing that I've been talking about is the 3-star artifacts are pretty much all going to be garbage, 3-star and below. So what I'm going to have you do is go in, I'm going to teach you about selling artifacts now. whenever you're farming and getting artifacts, you're going to, or gear, you're going to end up selling most of them. That's how you end up getting silver at the beginning of the game. The shields sell for more. We'll talk about that with farming later in this video. Then whenever you pick a stage that you're just going to be repeating over and over, the general stage is 12-3 brutal, but we have to farm some other things before we get to that. But that is the general stage, and the reason we farm 12-3 is because it drops shields, which sell for more than the other gear. But I'm going to go ahead and go to filter, and I'm going to go to the rank and rarity, and I'm going to sort by 1 and 2 star. So all my 1 and 2 star gear from here, I'm just going to go ahead and click sell, select all, and there's 175,000. Not very much, but that's because it's 1 and 2 stars. So going down, the only thing this can mess up is your attack percent pieces. So if you want to come in here, there's probably going to be anything you leveled up you may want to hold on to. I believe that's the only piece I leveled up. These ones I don't care about. But I'm just going to save these boots just in case they were attack percent, because there are some missions where you need that, but it's not going to be a big deal. You can just get some better attack percent boots that you have of your higher rarity, but this is just the beginning of selling. Now, I am going to end up selling all of my 3-star gear except for the stuff that I have leveled. That's just everything in here is going to get sold except for potentially some of these off weird set pieces. I will, maybe this relentless set I'll hold on to, but I'm just going to click sell, select all, and then come down, see if there's anything special. I'm going to save any of this stuff down here, the Divine Offense Immortal. I'll get rid of those. You're going to be safe. You're going to earn all of this gear back. It's not a big deal. I'll save the Relentless set just in case I want to finish the set, maybe save the regeneration. But going up, the lifesteal stuff, I'll go ahead and sell anything that's 3-star and below. We don't need any of it. And then the speed set stuff will sell. The only thing I'm going to hold on to is the already upgraded HP set here. Anything that I've put some resource into, I'll at least hold on to. So there we go. Everything else, I'm going to go ahead and click sell on, except for I'll sell that since I have the other chest that's already upgraded. But okay, so now all of this is selected. That's 400,000 silver I'm going to earn from this, and it's going to clean up my gear inventory, because your gear inventory, there is a limit to how much room you can hold. But I'm going to go ahead and click sell, and now I completed one of those missions, and we're going to end up farming. We're going to get a ton more gear, but I can go ahead and collect this, and now you can come down to clan shop and see. Some of you might not have the selling silver. You might have to do a different mission. But once you get this clan currency, you can come into here. I could buy 3-star chickens. I could buy silver. I usually only ever buy silver, and I will buy stamina first. Stamina always comes first. But since there is no stamina this week, it doesn't reset for 6 days for me. I'm going to go ahead and buy 2 of that. It's 200,000 silver. And that's just free for doing missions you're already going to do, or stuff that you're already going to do. Okay, so now that all that is done, what I want you to do is go ahead, go into your arena, and beat 50 characters in Classic Arena. In terms of my overall builds for characters, before we go any further, I did go farm a little bit of helmets. So this is what my Tuhanarak looks like. This is what my Kale looks like. So what my Elenaril looks like. Tagoar, and my Vergis. So these are all the general stats. If you're curious about right side gear, it's on the last episode, but HP, defense, speed. All of my characters are on speed main stat boots now. This is going to be HP, speed. You can go a defense piece there. In terms of these ups pieces, you don't need to go resist set. It's just what I had. But refer back to the last video with building your characters, and you should be good to go. So from here, you can also go into your passes, check if you have any of your daily challenges to finish up, and if you need any of the rewards, or can grab any of the rewards from here. So I am actually able to grab the second lifesteal set. I'm going to go ahead and grab this. And again, if you buy this pack, I want to buy it so bad. I'm not letting myself. This is free to play, but those of you guys that don't care about the free to play thing, buying this pack from this point, once you get 2 more levels, you can get your chickens for Kale, and you have them 6-star right away, and it's going to make your life so much easier. But again, I'm not doing it. I'm free to play, but I want to buy it so bad. So going in, the next thing, I'm going to go ahead and go do my arena fights, and I will meet you guys back here once those are done. Now's your chance to become part of my team by clicking my link in the description to get the free legendary Elenaril, as well as Vergis, Tagoar, and Deacon Armstrong as you level up. Here's how to do it. Log out of Plarium Play on your PC and uninstall. Then click the link in the description and register using a new email address. From there, launch raid, complete the tutorial, then go to your mailbox and claim your first champ. Lastly, use the promo code Desertqueen to get the insane Void Legendary Tuhanarak for free on top of all those other free champions. That's all you need to do to get these awesome free champs. So click my link in the description now before it expires. Okay, so now I am done with the 50 fights. Anytime you're doing fights, if there's a hard fight, you can just refresh, but I beat every team now that our team's actually on proper gear, speed boots and everything. I dominated everybody we fought, which was awesome. So now I can come in here, I can get a little bit more of my daily stuff. That's some extra EXP, and I am technically on day 5 now, I guess, but I'll wait to claim this until the end of this video. So I actually have the last silver thing too. I'm a day behind on recording. It's hard to keep up with everything, but we're gonna go ahead and claim this. It's gonna give us some more arena fights if we want to go do that. Now we need to upgrade an artifact to level 16. So I'm gonna go to my Kale, and we're gonna look at Kale is our first upgrade target for all of our gear. So we want to upgrade the boots next. Okay, no matter what boots you have, as long as they're speed main stat and you followed the guide, even if substats are terrible, you're still going to plus 16 it. It's going to cost a lot of silver again, but now he's going to have even more speed. He's going to be even stronger, which is awesome, and we get some energy from this. So the nice thing is we're getting some energy as we're going through this as well, but trust me, you're going to be running out of energy. Now, with the gems, this is where I'm going to give you a decision. With spending the gems, you can unlock the gem mine. This is the first thing I'd unlock, at least one level of it. Just go ahead and spend 500. This total costs 1,500 gems to do. If you are playing for free cash or any of those other offers, before you do that though, should have said this first, is you want to, you might have already done, I'm sorry if you did, but you're going to spend your gems for stamina. The whole idea with a lot of those are getting your account leveled up. Okay, so the thing with buying the gem mines, this will give you gems back over time. It takes about 3 months of having this maxed out before it pays for itself in extra value. So with that, it's going to take a while, but this is for long-term players. If you're a short-term player for whatever reason, or you just want to progress your account some more before you start dumping gems in, you can use your gems for stamina. One of the other places to use gems early is to buy each level of the training ground. This is something I haven't talked about, but you can come in here, you can put a champion. So here's a 4-star champion. We'll just put him in here, start leveling him up. There are ways you can like maximize this. You boost your characters up to level 17 or something, somewhere around there, 18, and then you have all 4-star characters in this, and then over time you just log in a couple times a day. In order to level up your character in this, you have to log in and click them, and then you have to log in again once they get enough experience, but they just gain experience over time. So you just leave these at the base level though. Upgrading them, the value that you get just makes it where you have to open the game more often. So the idea with this, it's great value over time, and it takes X amount of months to be a return on your gems. But early on, if you buy all 5 of these, put 4 stars in there, it's going to increase the amount of 6 stars you get on your account over time. So this is an optional thing, up to you as to how you're going to spend your gems. But if I were to spend gems early game, and I'm going to be a long-term player, I like the game so far, I would go in, I would buy this, upgrade all of it. I'm going to go ahead and buy the gem mine myself. Just the first one though. I'm not going to do the other ones yet, just in case I want to use some of my gems to progress the guide to show you guys what to do. But just so the videos are up ahead of you all, but you don't have to spend gems for energy right now. So one of the things with your resource spending is right now we're just kind of throwing things into whatever, because we're trying to finish these apprentice missions and we want to get our account stronger as fast as possible. So if we upgrade one more piece of gear on Kale to plus 16, we get some more points for this. It's going to help us finish this up. And if you bought this pack, you're going to get Rector Drath. You're going to be able to boost her up with her awakenings as well, which is huge. Also, that 5-star mission, you can just buy this pack to finish that 5-star mission. That's one option that I could have went over before, but with this, you can get that, but you also get the 5-star chickens, and then you don't really have to worry about these missions as much. Just finishing this and getting that, then the rest of them will finish up once you 6-star Kale, getting its last ascension and everything. It's really good. It's going to make it to where you can beat up to 12-3 with just your Kale, which is huge. But now that we're in this far, resource management is what I was trying to talk about before I got distracted, is you want to use your resources at times there are events or tournaments for that resource. So coming into here, there are going to be a summon rush event. This is the times that you would ideally summon. The best times to summon in the game are going to be 2x events. There are 3 different types of summon events. There's going to be progressive chance. These are a scam generally unless you have a ton of shards to summon. So with progressive chance, you pick a character. It's actually Krisk, which is crazy right now. He's a super good character, but it just raises the chance that if you get a legendary, you have a 15% higher chance that it will be Krisk. You could summon 20 characters that are all legendary and still not get the character you have selected. Of my year of playing Raid, I've only ever gotten 1 progressive summon of the character that I picked. 1. And I've done a bunch. So progressives are known to be a scam. Next Next up, we have the second best event, which is going to be a extra legendary event. These will come on your sacred shards, and they're going to come on your ancient shards. Could have used some better words there, but with those, you are going to... This one's a progressive event as well, so you can pick a character. I personally would like to have an extra damage dealer right now. I don't know. This one I could get, and it would help me for the Mikage fusion later, which I'll talk about. Kira wouldn't be the worst option, but she's not actually somebody we would use right away, or really at all. We'd leave her 5-star if we did, because we're going to sacrifice her for the fusion. I may end up going for him. I don't know. For these characters, progressive chances are still a scam. I am going to do a summon video, though. I am going to rip all my shards for the first episode of the like free-to-play series I'm going to do with this account, and that'll be coming up after this video. I'll probably, once I get the other sacred shards and a few more ancients, I'll go ahead and rip those. But with these, you can ask in Discord or do a little bit of research as to which one you think is best. But there's a couple of characters that are super important to go for if you ever are going to be doing these. It's going to be Newt. Wixwell is huge. Those two for new players are both massive account boosters. But there are a lot of very good characters, and this changes every couple days. So whatever I talk about right now is just a waste of most of you guys' time. So we're going to avoid talking about that. But the extra chance to summon legendaries. This isn't as good as a 2x. It is good, especially if you have a lot of shards, and you can get one of these. So if you summon a legendary, you'll get an extra legendary. One. Now, with the 2x event, you can summon as much as you want and get double the chance of getting them. So with this, if you get lucky, it's good. If you don't get lucky, it sucks because you're not going to get legendary. Now, with the 2x event, every summon you get, there's a 2 times the chance. So the 2x event will always be more beneficial. There is not one currently going on. They happen like once a month for each shard. Each shard will have a different 2x event. Sometimes they run them like close together. They'll have a 2x ancient, then a 2x void, then 2x sacred, 2x primals. 2x primal events are very exciting because there are mythical characters in this game. I'll talk about those in a second, but just know I wouldn't summon for progressives unless you have a ton of shards, and by ton of shards, I don't have a number in my head, but it's a lot. And just know I've been playing for a year and I've only ever gotten one. I've summoned on probably 30 different progressive chances, never got the character. But the 2x one is okay, the extra legendary is okay if you have a good amount of shards, and the 2x event is just the general best if you ever see that. Now, with summoning, though, you want to summon for these different events. There's going to be Summon Rush events, and there's going to be tournaments. There's Champion Chase tournaments. With the Champion Chase tournaments, you'll get points dependent upon the rarity of the character that you summon. And for the Summon Rush tournament, you're going to get them based off the shard that you use. So you can scroll down and see you get points. So a Sacred Shard's worth 500, whereas an Ancient Shard's only worth 20, and the Mystery Shards are just worth 1. But the nice thing with Mystery Shards is if you save up enough of them, you can spam 1,000 Mystery Shards, because you see we have like 200 already, and we just started. But you can spam 1,000 Mystery Shards, and it will give you some of the extra points needed to finish one of these events up. So I am going to probably summon all the way up to him is the goal on mine account, because this is the current event that's going on. I won't be able to finish the fusion for the legendary, but getting one of these epics could be big for the account. So I will be doing some summons for that. But there's going to be champion training events with the other resources that you have. You are going to be, like for silver, for example, your silver is almost all going to be used for upgrading gear. Now, there is going to be gear enhancement events. So with gear enhancement events, if you wait until a gear enhancement event, save up all your silver, and then upgrade during that event, you get bonus rewards for it. So the idea with Raid is every resource you're going to spend, try to spend it at the appropriate time because you get bonus out of it, versus just, I need this upgrade, I'm going to go spend it. It is hard to time it. You will learn how to get into a routine over time. There will be periods where you just go and upgrade something because you want to finish X one thing to get stronger. That's completely okay. But the more you focus on spending your resources at the right times or farming specific things is another example. So right now there's an Ice Golem tournament, which Ice Golem is a disaster to farm. There's a Fire Knight tournament. So with these tournaments, you can go in and farm, and once you farm so much, you get extra rewards. So this is the time the game kind of tries to force you into doing things at specific times. You don't always have to follow it, but sometimes they line up to something you already planned on doing in the near future. Take advantage of it, because those rewards go a very long way. So that is going to be, I guess, a spiel on your resource management. It's something that we'll still talk about over and over as we continue to progress our accounts. But the next thing that we needed to do after upgrading our Kale's Piece 2 plus 16 is we need to go win 5 when 5-star or 6-star artifacts from stage 7 or higher of Ice Golden's Peak. That's a good example of I have to do Ice Golden's Peak here, and there's an Ice Golden tournament. So I actually get double the rewards. Now, the problem with Ice Golem and this portion is that this could take a ton of stamina. So I'm going to give you some options of other things you can do during this time. With the taking tons of stamina, if we go over to Ice Golem, to get 5 to 6-star gear, our ideal farming location would be stage 13, because if we farm stage 10 through 12, we can get 4 or 5-star gear, which means we're going to get a bunch of 4-star gear. We're going to be getting more of that. And if you have to do that, that's fine. If you just want to crank through that mission. But I personally would like to go potentially get our account a little bit stronger before then in whatever way we can, which is going to be Minotaur. Doing Minotaur will help us out a ton. So going into Minotaur, we'll try to beat whatever the highest stage is that we can, and then we'll farm it for just say 20 auto battles and put a couple hundred stamina in, and then going out, that's going to boost up all of our characters' base stats by HP plus 900 or whatever it is, a big boost on defense, some extra crit chance. All of them would be really beneficial to our account. Minotaur is going to be one of the main things we look into farming, at least a little bit here and there, and then that's a way to boost up our account. But some of the other things you can work on when messing with all this. We would like to do these missions because we do get some energy back, but there are these side challenge missions. These side challenge missions, these artifact missions will end up giving you, past this difficulty, they start giving you stamina back. And getting the stamina back from this is really, really good. This is something we're probably going to work on mostly today. And then the dungeon ones, we can go in and try to do some of these dungeon challenges as well, because this will give us some summons. It's something I'm going to touch on farming a little bit today before I do my first summon video, because this one is placed a decreased defense debuff on Force Guardian while beating stage 5 of the Force Keep. In order to do that, we're going to have to go and get a character for right now called Warmaiden. I do not believe I have any other characters, and if you started with a promo code that isn't mine, you're going to be wanting Warmaiden more than anyone with my code anyway. We all are going to end up getting her and building her up, but with Warmaiden, the nice thing is I have Deacon Armstrong in my code. Once you get to level 45, you will be utilizing Deacon for your arena, versus, and for pretty much everything, versus most people will be utilizing Warmaiden, which doesn't have a speed lead, which I know I'm talking about a bunch of stuff that doesn't matter right now to you, but I'm saying it once and I'll say it again later whenever it's actually appropriate. But with farming for Warmaiden, what we want to do here is going into our missions, you can go a little bit ahead. One of the big things we're going to be working toward during this time is fusing Judiciary. This is like the end goal of probably maybe next episode, because it's going to take a while to get to, but we have to do little pieces in order to reach this goal. And again, if you want to spend some of your gems for stamina to continue progressing your account, level up your account, that'd be great. One of the things I said earlier about spending your gems, if you spend it on stamina and continue progressing, you'll be able to level up your account to finish. And if you're doing one of the apps that pays you for complete challenges, this would be the way to get your account leveled up for that at a faster rate, so you can be done with it sooner, and you may end up enjoying the game and sticking with it. But I'm just talking in circles at this point. I'm sorry, but what we need to do now in order to get Warmaiden, if we go into our campaign, you can go back to hard difficulty. Any of the stages that you had originally 2-starred, go back in with your new boosted up Tuhanarak, that's 5-star Ascension, or whoever your promo code character you decided on was, plus your Kale. You'll be able to get this first Sacred Shard easily. Now, next up, we can go into Brutal. Our goal with Brutal is going to be getting up into Godfrey Deadlands. I believe it's the Deadlands, and I think we actually have to make it all the way past. But going in, the reason for that is Fusion. Relic Keeper is going to be one of the characters we're going to be working toward. To Diabolist is on stage 12, so we would like to get there. But we have to get a copy of each of these 4 characters from farming, which means you'll go in with your Kale, potentially Tuhanarak as well, depending on the difficulty of the stage, and 2 fodder characters until we can 6-star our Kale. But our goal is we want to get 2 Warmaidens, which is in the Deadlands, which I was just saying. And then we do also have to get a Diabolist, which is in the final chapter of Brimstone. You can get this from any difficulty, but we would like to do it on the hardest difficulty that we're able to. But as you see, when we were farming for our speed gear, we got Harris's. So we just need the one. I'm not going to end up building her, I don't think, on the account, maybe later for Faction Wars, but we just need the one. And what you have to do with them is 3-star awaken them. So I already did that with my Spirit Host, but You just have to get them to level 30 and 3-star awaken them. But the hardest part about getting them is actually getting them. So what we're going to do for the first phase, or what I'm going to do at least, you can go and do any of the things I just showed. Go into your challenges, start doing some of your artifact challenges, because this gives you a lot of stamina. This will help you level up your account. But what I am going to do is go into campaign, and I'm going to push all the way over to the Deadlands now. So I'm going to go in with my new boosted up Kale and Tuhanarak and start clearing through all the way up to chapter 9. So once I get there, I'll come back, let you know if I had any issues, and I'll keep showing what I work on each day. And at the end, I'll give a checklist of things that you can do and what you need to have done guaranteed before the next episode of the guide. It's very hard to make a guide from here because there's so many decisions you can make. But I'm going to do the best I can. And also, people starting with different promo codes will have different characters. So they're going to have different things they kind of have to work on. But I'm giving the most general thing, and you can see what I do and just copy. So I'll be back in a second, and I won't talk in as many circles when I am back. Okay, so I have farmed all the way up to chapter 9. I was able to clear all through this. I believe I had a couple stages that I 2-starred. The thing with that is we're just going to come back and we're going to, once Kale is 6-starred, it will fly through all of these missions. We will have to go back and do a couple. If you ever 2-star a stage or are struggling with the stage, whatever, you can bring another character because it doesn't matter. At that point, you're going to 1-star regardless. But we can go ahead and claim our rewards along the way. And it's quite a bit of stuff, actually. That's 100 extra gems we just got. If you continue to push through the story with those 2 characters, you will be able to get some more rewards. But for right now, where I want to have you guys start farming and try to get done is there are 2 characters I want you to focus on. The first one is going to be farming and getting a spirit host. With doing these stages, we want to farm stage 3. So Spirit Host, I believe, is a drop here. Yeah, okay. So it's chapter 4 and chapter 9. So with chapter 4, farming for Spirit Host and farming for your Warmaiden. What you want to do is come in, you're going to set your multi-battles, or if you're out of multi-battles, we shouldn't be, you should have a ton still, but you can come in and you're just going to throw your characters on that you want to upgrade, and then you just run it. You can do super raids or regular, doesn't matter. Regular technically is a bit more efficient, so you don't have that EXP overflow, but for those of you guys that are crunched on time, this super raid feature is amazing. So you just come in and you just farm it. If you want to try to just bring Kale, you can. The problem is, if you do fail, definitely if you're going to try it, just do a regular raid. We'll see if this works. It allows us to farm 3 characters instead of the 2. But Kale, if you get unlucky, it's not good. But he's beating this so far. I don't know if you'll be able to do this in the higher chapter, though. Chapter 9, it will be quite a bit harder. We can at least try it, but like as you see here, he's already taken quite a few hits, and the thing is, occasionally you may beat it, but every single time you fail, you just lose the resources, you lose the stamina you put in. But as you see, that boosted up 3 of my characters. I've already gotten Spirit Host, I got lucky, but this is a stage to do. When you get the shields, you can just sell them. Sell all of the shields you get from this. It'll be a way to get some extra silver. That is how in-game farming is what you saw right there. That is how to farm for 6 stars. Now, you just bring in a character with 3 fodder, and the ideal stage to do that is in 12-3, but we still need to get some of this other lower end stuff done to finish up those missions. So what I'm going to come in and do, this is also going to level up your account while you're going, trying to get us closer to account rank 35. But I'm going to go ahead in and I'm going to take those 2 characters I was just working on. And then if you want to try for this, I'll do 1 just to see if it'll work, and I'll just see how close it is. I don't see it happening because, as you see, there are some force champions in this. And again, every time you fail a stage, you lose the stamina that you put in. And it will be a little bit slower, only bringing 1 character. But once Kale is 6-starred, you won't have any issue whatsoever. So this is the point where maybe if we get unlucky, we could be screwed here. Let's see how much damage we take overall. The problem is they get defense buffs, so we will not heal as much. But it's looking like he can do it. So it looks fine. I think we're good. So as long as your Kale looks similar to mine from earlier in the video, you can farm with just your Kale. This is the ideal situation. If you buy that pack, again, sorry I keep bringing it up, you don't need to, but if you get him 6-starred, you can farm without, you just already done. And all the 6-star farming you're doing, you're going to end up taking those resources and 5-starring the rest of your team. You're going to 5-star your Tagoar, and you're going to 5-star your Vergis for right now. But the idea is we want to get 2 Warmaidens ideally, because we want to build 1 Warmaiden to use, and we want to use 1 for that fusion. So I'm going to sit here, I'm going to farm, see how long it takes me to get the multiple Warmaidens. I'm going to go ahead and just click my Super Raid multi-battle. I would say if I would comment on the super raids. If I was going to be doing leveling up characters that were level 3-star or 4-star, I would for sure do super raid. Otherwise, doing regular, because these are level 8. They're going to be level 10 on the next level, or next fight, meaning that if I did super raid, I lose one entire fight of EXP, because it just goes to overflow and it doesn't go into any character. So I'm just going to do regular battles for mine. But again, if you're ever doing 3 or 4-star characters, even 2 stars, I don't think it's as bad, but 1-star characters end up at an uneven amount to where you always end up wasting one of the runs that you do. But I'm going to go in, I'm going to first click any of the characters that I already have somewhat leveled up, and I'm going to click a couple of my 1-stars, and I'll click my 3 stars for the finishing in case I have some extra overflow at the end. But I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to let this run, and I don't need to click any of the options there, and I just start it. So I'll let you guys know once this is done how many Warmaidens I got, if any. Some of you guys will get super lucky, some will get super unlucky. This could take you a day or two to complete getting all these different characters I'm going to show you. That's normal. So just keep that in mind. Don't get too frustrated. We are getting there. We're getting stronger just between the gear from last episode into this episode. We're infinitely stronger. So I'll be back in just a second, and then we'll wrap up the video soon, and I'll give you a big checklist of things to start working on and trying to get done. So be back in a minute. Okay, so after farming for a bit, I can show, as you see, I'm ranked 34. I farmed quite a bit. I've used almost all of my stamina. I just leveled up, so the stamina went a little over cap, but you guys are going to be running out of stamina at this point. That's just completely normal. But I got lucky and was able to get my 2 Warmaiden. So this is the character Warmaiden. Again, you want to try to get 2 of them. Getting 1 of them is good enough for right now. You'll have to go back and tackle it again to try to get more. Farming with just Kale with the 3 fodder. Hopefully you guys are able to do that as well. I was able to get a lot of promotion material characters ready and good to go. If you check my champion vault, I'm up to 6 now, which technically 6 isn't very many. You need a total of a lot. We are going to get 1 5-star chicken from a promo code tomorrow. It is going to be Midsummer Games. That will give us a 1 5-star chicken to make this a little bit easier. Hopefully that promo code's still active for you guys. If it's not, you're going to have to farm more to make your first 6-star. But just know, after you get your first 6-star, the game changes pretty drastically, because the thing with the 6-starring your first character is going to be Kale. It's your first 6-star, right? And we bought masteries on Kale. So with the masteries, we're able to get War Master. This makes it to where your Kale will do significantly more damage in everything. And then once we farm masteries for some of our other characters, they will all get that extra bonus damage, and it makes beating most content it's infinitely easier. So that's one of the biggest things in the game, is this right here in terms of beating content. So that's why 6 stars are so important, but so hard to grind for. Now, the character we just got, Warmaiden. The reason we got 2, 1 is for the fusion that we have to do for Judiciary at the end of this batch of missions, and you would need to get a Spirit Host as well. If you haven't gotten that, I know some of you guys are banging your head against the wall that you've done it so many times and they haven't dropped yet. But the thing is, you're making progress towards your first 6-star the entire time you're farming for either Spirit Host in 4-3 or Warmaiden in 9-3. So you're going to still be making progress. I know it feels terrible. And the cool thing too is, along the way while you're farming, you are going to be getting all these shields. So I can go in, all these shields, you can go in and just sell them. So if you see, this is going to be a ton of extra. You can auto select them, but just this little batch right here is 100k. So we made 500,000 silver. That's going to be very important for upgrading all of our things later. And in terms of 5-star, if you want to save this, you can, but you're really not going to use Destroy Set. You're going to end up getting it from Wyvern anyway. But just right there, that's over 500,000. So I can just go ahead and sell that. I will sell the rest of them. But for right now, just to get on to the next portion, is once you get a Warmaiden, this is a character we're going to end up building a version to use ourselves. This character has an AoE decreased defense. That means it attacks all enemies and can place big decreased defense. As you see, there's 2 different versions, a 30% and a 60%. Once you ascend her to level 3 Ascension, you are going to be able to get that big decreased defense. We are going to end up 5-starring her. I'm 4-starring her for right now. I would still like to get my Kale to be 6-star, and then I'll go in and try to make her 5-star, as well as Tagoar and Vergis. Now, Elenaril is probably going to sit on the bench. Our Warmaiden will be taking her place in almost all of our content because getting a decreased defense mixed with our Kale for damage is huge, and it's also really good for Arena. The idea is you want your Warmaiden to be the fastest character on your team, or faster than your damage dealer is the best thing you can do. We are going to be getting the character Deacon Armstrong at level 45, but that'll take us a little bit. As you see, running out of stamina, there's only going to be so much we can level up our account per day. But for right now, I'm going to go ahead into the tavern, and I'm going to upgrade her level. I'm going to do it just with brews for sake of convenience. If you want to take her in and farm with her, you can just level her up that way. And I'm going to take her ascension, put her up to level 3, and then I am going to upgrade her rank. So I'm going to see if I have 3 different 3-stars that I can get rid of right now. I do not. I'm going to have to go make some fodder. Oh, yeah, I do. I have 2 penguins. Okay, so I'm going to just go ahead and throw these in, upgrade her, and sacrifice, and now I'll upgrade her level as much as I can with the brews, and then I'll probably take her in to campaign and farm with her a little bit there. But I'm going to go ahead and ascend her again, and now our goal is to build her up. One of the things is the gear that we put on the Elenaril yesterday. We can move over to her, but we want to have a free gear removal if we're going to do that, because removing this piece of gear here, for example, very expensive. So we have the option of I need to farm anyway, and I need something to farm. I gotta try to make 6 stars. I may just go farm some more boots, try to get some 5-star base star or 5-star base speed boots, or whatever. Speed main stat, 5-star boots. That would be huge. It's an extra 5 speed at max level. That does make a difference. But then I can farm for, you would like to get an accuracy chest and preferably have speed on it. And then for the gauntlets, I personally like, you need to, having her on crit is ideal because she has the place an extra hit if the attacks are critical. So having crit rate gauntlets is really good to do, but it's not 100% necessary. So this extra hit does come in handy, but for right now, not super worried about it. But one of the other things with her kit is she's going to give herself increased attack, meaning she can do decent damage. On top of her skill 1 adds poison. So now you have Kale as a poisoner, Warmaiden as a poisoner, and you have the decreased defense. The only thing we do not currently have is an attack buffer. We technically had one, and I got rid of it at the beginning, the War Priest. But War Priest, I never use her, and I don't think you guys need to worry about trying to utilize her in any way. So now that that is all done, I want to wrap up the video here. You can go ahead and start working on your Warmaiden. Like I said, build her exactly like Elenaril. I'll show you mine if you want to wait till tomorrow's episode before you worry about building her. But once we get her built up, she's going to help with all of these stages, versus Elenaril isn't really going to help with Ice Golem or Fire Knight or anything like that. I don't think Fire Knight, Elenaril doesn't have any multi-hits, but I'll double check to see what we're going to do for Fire Knight, because there are a couple stages. But our ultimate goal right now, keep working towards your first 6-star. Grab your Warmaiden, get your Spirit Host, and get your, what was the other one? Warmaiden, Spirit Host, and Harris. You probably already got a Harris from all the farming we did yesterday, but if you do not have Harris yet, that is one that you should also go farm. And then the last one we are going to be getting is going to be our, once we go into campaign, it is on chapter 12 is the problem. So a couple things you can do, again, are going to be, you could go through, clear more of the story. You're going to get some extra rewards down here. Second, farm gear for your Warmaiden. Try to get some more speed boots and all of that I said earlier. Next up, what I am going to be doing now, though, is the challenges. So we have a defense breaker. We can now go in and put our Warmaiden on our team and clear this mission up. And I'm going to show a couple different ways to clear these missions tomorrow. But the main thing I'm focusing on while I'm just grinding by myself is going to be the artifacts. These stages here, it is going to take stamina, but you get a bunch of stamina back is the idea. So this is a way to level up your account, and you can still work on 6 stars during this. So with win 3 weapons from clearing stage 1 of this on normal, I have to go in and I know I need to win 1, 1, 1, 3, 3, 3. And once this is all done, I'll get the next batch of missions, and they'll start giving stamina from that point. So that's my goal. Hopefully you guys are having some luck with the drops. I know it can be frustrating, but once you get your account through this next little bit, you'll start having a real Raid Shadow Legends account. Then you'll start working on your masteries. Once you get your masteries, you get your clan boss done because you have multiple 6 stars and War Master, and then you start getting the summons, and then your account starts coming together. So thank you guys for sticking with me. If you made it this far, let me know what you think of the game. Maybe for me, I thought the game was not very good until I played for a few weeks, and I was like, I started to see all the work that I put in started feeling really good. So that's all I have. Again, you can let me know what you think so far. I'm curious what your opinion is now versus what it'll be later if you stick with it. But thanks for watching. It's been Mature Didi, and I will see you all in the next part of the guide. Peace out.